Let's make a strawberry vanilla layer cake. Start by adding 113 grams of softened butter, 170 grams of cane sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract to a stand mixer. Mix on low until combined and there's no butter chunks. Next, add in 2 large eggs, a quarter cup of sour cream, which is what makes this cake extra moist and fluffy, and a half a cup of milk. Mix on low until combined. My trick when using a mixer is to remove the paddle and scrape it down at this stage to combine the dairy ingredients better. This is because ingredients can get stuck in that bottom portion of your mixing bowl. Add in 170 grams of cake flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. Mix on low until combined. Make sure to scrape down the sides of the bowl and mix again until you have a smooth cake batter. Line 3 6-inch cake pans with parchment paper. I love using Kana non-toxic pre-cut sheets because they're so easy. I'll link them in the description. Transfer the cake batter into each pan evenly. I like to use a scale to weigh these. Each one should weigh about 226 grams. Bake at 350 degrees for about 17 to 20 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. Allow to cool completely in the cake pans. While the cake is baking, you can make the frosting. Add 226 grams of softened butter to your stand mixer. Your butter should be very soft for this frosting. Next, sift in 454 grams of powdered sugar. That's 1 whole pound. Add in 1 tablespoon of freeze-dried strawberry powder and mix together until combined. Then add in 1 to 2 tablespoons of water and speed up the mixer to high and mix for a few minutes or until light and fluffy. Once your cake layers have cooled and chilled completely, it's time to assemble the cake. Transfer some of the frosting to a piping bag with no tip. It's better to add more here so you don't run out. You can always transfer it back to the bowl afterwards. On a cake stand or cake spinner, add a dollop of frosting. Add your first cake layer bottom side down to ensure the edges are flush against the bottom. Next, add a small amount of frosting on top of the cake. You don't need a lot here, but I like to create this separation between the cake and the filling. Pipe a border of frosting around the edge of the cake. This will seal in the filling to prevent it from running out the sides. Add in strawberry jam and spread evenly. Then repeat this process again. Add the second cake layer, then add a small amount of frosting on top and spread it out evenly. Using your piping bag, pipe a border of frosting around the edge of the cake. Add in the strawberry jam and spread it out evenly again. Finally, top with the remaining cake layer, then your cake is ready to crumb coat. Add a thin layer of frosting to the entire cake to crumb coat the cake. This step seals in crumbs to ensure a pretty finish on your cake. I like to pop the crumb coated cake in the fridge for a few minutes to let it set before finishing the cake. When finishing the cake, I prefer to add all the remaining buttercream on top of the cake and then let it flow down the sides. For this cake, I'm getting the top smooth-ish, but it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to put fresh strawberries on top. Make sure to get an even layer of frosting around the sides of the cake. When you're ready to style your cake, my top trick for frosting cakes is to clean your cake spatula at this time and then run it under hot water. This trick really helps smooth the frosting very well. I'm doing my spiral design on this cake. Starting at the bottom of the cake with even pressure, press the cake spatula into the frosting and go around. When you get back to the place that you started at, slightly lift up the spatula to create a spiral design, and you will keep doing this all the way around the cake. You could also frost this cake any way you like as well, but I'll link my more in-depth tutorial on how to spiral a cake in the description. Last, finish off the cake with chopped strawberries, then slice and enjoy. This classic strawberry vanilla layer cake is perfect for birthdays, dinner parties, or even just a fun weekend bake. Don't forget to like and subscribe!